Hello, my name is Sonia DeBenetti-Carlisle. I am the owner and operator of The Tattooed Lady, which is a fine art and tattooing studio located in Zimmerman, Minnesota. I've always been fascinated with tattooing in general. The art and the history related to it has always been a pretty deep fascination. When I was 7, you know how some kids have lemonade stands, I actually had a tattoo stand back in the day. So it's always kind of been there. It's always been a part of my life. I kind of inserted myself into this tiny little shop in Ramsey, and they had to put up with me and kind of like foster the flames. When I went to college, I was 18, I was of age, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. So applied to a local shop in town owned by a great family. They were skilled in many, many different styles, but it was a full immersion into the tattooing world, and I've been in love ever since. So at the studio that I worked at up in the Fargo-Moorhead area, that whole atmosphere was really great. And when I actually moved back to my hometown, Ramsey area, I started to realize that that was not a common atmosphere as soon as I entered into a different studio that was male-dominated, but also had some more standard preconceived notions kind of built in it as a traditional studio would have. When I started to realize that kind of experience and that atmosphere, it really set it in motion that I wanted to create my own family, my own atmosphere, and have it be a little bit more personalized and open to clients, which was lacking, I feel like, in some standard tattooing shops. As soon as it was an option, it started to set those wheels in motion, and it's been awesome ever since. When tattoo shows started coming out in like 2010, it wasn't even until then that it was just like, oh shit, you can do portraits? You know, so like that became pretty inspiring and exciting. And as me as an artist, personally as like a fine artist, I like more realistic stuff. So when I could apply it to the actual medium of skin, it was really exciting. When I started to do more realistic tattoos of like textures and, you know, simple chiaroscuro shading and stuff like that, it became really something that just ignited a whole different side of tattooing. So it's something that you always learn from, and you keep learning more, and you just keep wanting more to play with and try. So realism is definitely my launching point for everything else. Hardest tattoos I don't feel like are related to a particular design or style, sometimes not even technique. I think like context has a lot to do with the tattoo that you're doing. When I was tattooing up in the Fargo-Moorhead area, I actually did a tattoo of mac and cheese noodles, and the noodles themselves were a little bizarre to be asked to like tattoo, but like over the duration of the session, I learned that that was actually something that his mom had taught him how to make, and that was something that he actually just lost his mom. And when that context was actually connected to the actual image, that image meant something so much different. And then you have to like compose yourself and, you know, navigate the emotions that are connected to the actual session and that person. So I definitely don't think like hard is related to anything else, like super complicated. When you've been around forever, I feel like the context is key. It's everything, and it becomes more personalized. Super fortunate that the people that have came in have always had a similar mentality and a similar kind of thought process of just being open, honest, giving it their all, and, you know, helping people get the best work that they can with, you know, a great atmosphere. 8 people so far, but I am not gonna throw it out there that that's the limit. It's possible we might need to go a second story up.